Internet dating will definitely work if you put in the hours, the effort, and go on lots of short dates to pin down the guys that you'll maybe classify as maybes and move away rapidly from the no-hopers. If you'd enjoy meeting somebody for a good chat, go for it. Get in touch. Don't wait to be approached. Now, although internet dating is usually a tremendous confidence booster and a lot of fun, do expect the odd letdown and rejection. Just say to yourself, "Next man, please," to yourself if you've had a knock. Yes, a sense of humour and broad shoulders are essential. To avoid time wasters, choose a more selective dating site with comprehensive written profiles where you can search on interests and values as well as the basic background stuff. I say this because the profiles on these take longer to complete, and guys seeking just a one-night stand, who are time wasters basically, tend to avoid them. Now, don't be too fussy at the start. Just think of it as an exciting experiment, an adventure. Seek out Mr. 60% right and not Mr. 100% right, because basically he doesn't exist. And I can guarantee one thing and one thing only, and that is that your eventual partner will defy many of your preconceptions. And remember, judging whether a guy is romance material or just friendship material on that first date, or even at first sight on the internet, is notoriously unreliable. First dates are always a bit artificial and stressful. People try to impress and often get it wrong because of the stress. They talk too much about themselves or go into job interview mode. And they'll often be completely different when you've met them a couple more times and they're really relaxed. So, how to do it all? First of all, you need to select your internet dating username. This is your pseudonym on the internet, and you need one which is eye-catching without being too sexually suggestive, or you'll give out the wrong kind of signals and get the wrong kind of response. Well, maybe something like Dream Chaser, Freckles, Saffron, Zinfandel, Cleopatra, whatever. Check out other women's profiles to get inspiration. Remember, this is anonymous. That's why you can really go for it and maybe seek out another side to yourself. Now, the next thing is to write your headline. Flirty headlines that work. Very important. They need to be humorous, maybe a bit glamorous or romantic. Risque is fine, but anything outrightly sexually suggestive is plain stupid. Here are some headlines to set you thinking about your own. Green-eyed girl seeks gorgeous guy. Where's my Scarlet Pimpernel? Bacall seeks Bogart. Again, look at the other women's profiles to get inspiration. Now for actually writing your profile. The best bits have to come at the very beginning, or the guys will click and move on to the next woman. Remember, your profile is your press release. Grab attention with it without being too sensational. Treat it just like a first date, short and flirty, with just enough interesting detail to whet his appetite and get him curious. Avoid comments like, "Finding life a bit empty at present," because this would come across as emotionally needy and really quite scary. You're going to be all positive. Don't go for anything too personal, such as about wanting to have children soon. Wait till you get to know each other really well. If you're stuck with what to write, again, check out the other women's profiles and try and put yourself in the guy's shoes. What would he find enticing? Perhaps show a draft of your profile to a friend or even one of your children or grandchildren and ask them how it comes across. Now, should you put up a photo? Remember, the photo is your virtual first meeting with your future partner. And people on the internet with photos get 10 times more responses than those who don't. But it must be reasonably flattering, happy looking, and give out the right signals. Get a friend or even a child to take a couple of 100 digital photos on the camera and just choose the one. Oh, and avoid direct sunlight. It tends to be unflattering, especially if you're getting towards my age. Now, don't forget to smile in the picture and also look at the camera. Don't look away. You've got to make eye contact. Now, practical stuff about using the internet. Well, as I've said, you're going to approach lots of guys, send them contact messages, and make sure that you log on every day. This is really crucial because the technology behind it will prioritise those people who are really active and playing the game rather than those who are just waiting around or maybe have even moved on. So log on every day. That means you get to be at the top of the guys' search lists, which is where you want to be. So don't sit back and wait. It won't work. Contact, say, 10 or 20 men via the site every week. Make each contact personal, mentioning something in the guy's profile or even their photograph. Secret tip: always contact some guys who don't have photos because you have less competition and they'll be more likely to respond. Orchestrating the first date, especially how you end it if you fancy him. Never do dinner. A drink or coffee is fine. Just an hour in a public place, and make sure you have your own transport home. For more tips on dating, see my various videos on youtube.com/dating success, or get hold of my smart dating book, How to Find Your Man. Downsides of the internet. Now I have to mention these because forewarned is forearmed. Okay, some of the guys may be a little less than accurate about their age, as are some of the women, I might add, and they'll post old photographs and give a more recent birth date than they should. Well, you're going to be a bit forgiving here because we all think we look younger than we really do. Now, don't forget to give yourself a bit of an MOT before you go on dates. An MOT on presentation and body language. Ask a friend to give you feedback on everything from breath freshness, eye contact, hairstyle and makeup. Safety. It's common sense really. Check out the site's safety tips. Now remember, finally, if you're taking the dating process too seriously, you're doomed to failure. Have fun and don't try too hard. Good luck.